The face we are looking at is the last face that Osama bin Laden saw on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, if it was light enough, I was definitely the last person he saw.
You trained on targets with his face on them.
Yeah.
What was it like to kill the actual guy?
It wasn't real. It was another guy in a house that we shot. It didn't sink in. It didn't sink in for a while.
Has it sunk in now?
Yeah, it has now. I've thought about it every day for a number of years.
All right, folks, and the man that you see there and who did the exclusive at the time with the Fox News Channel and a great segment, two-parter, is now with us for our own version of a two-parter. Robert O'Neill, former Navy SEAL, who shot and killed Osama bin Laden. Robert, let me just say that it is an honor and a thrill to talk to you and to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you for giving me the time.
What's the reaction been? I mean, I know we will get to the maybe the other SEALs who have had made comments and all, but the public reaction. I would imagine that everywhere you go, anybody who is just a person, an American citizen who remembers that day when it was announced that he was dead, just wants to be around you and thank you and get a piece of an autograph or something from you.
It's been quite an experience. I'm recognized a few times in airports, and I've been to professional sporting events where I've been recognized by people. I've gotten emails through friends from people that I don't know that they did know, just thanking me and my team for what we did to give them closure, because a lot of them lost loved ones on 9/11, even people that didn't lose loved ones. Obviously, this nation, this world was affected by 9/11, so it's been overwhelmingly positive from people that send in emails and people that I meet just at different places, just thanking me and asking me even to thank my team that they're not they don't see. It's been positive.
And of course, I do not mean to slight or ignore the rest of the team, because you could not have done this without the team, and you, I guess, just happened to be the one. Fate brought you to that position to be the one to kill Osama bin Laden. Let me go back to the question you were asked there on Fox. I mean, do you believe that this somehow, I know I saw some of the interviews, so it's kind of a question that I kind of know what you're going to say, but do you believe that you were destined, that this was your destiny? God chose this path for you to be the one to be there to kill, the most wanted and hated man in the world at the time?
No, I wouldn't say destiny at all. I'd say it was fortuitous. I learned very early on in my career that sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. I've been lucky a number of times being in the right place at the right time. I've been on many major missions. I was part of the team that rescued the lone survivor, Marcus Luttrell. My team rescued Captain Richard Phillips from Somali pirates. I was fortunate enough to be a part of a great team. And to be honest, during that entire mission in Pakistan, I didn't do anything the entire mission. I was a small part at the very end. I happened to find myself in a number 2 position behind a guy that had already been doing amazing things the entire way up the stairs. He did one more selfless act when he basically jumped on a grenade to give his life for the mission, and I turned right, and then I was the first American to see Osama bin Laden alive, and I shot him in the face 3 times because he was not surrendering. And yeah, that was it. Just I got there on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You felt, though, all along, if I'm recalling the story correctly, that that you always felt, though, that there was something you were going to accomplish, something big, correct?
Well, that started off as more tongue-in-cheek, joking with my mother.
Right.
I think it was even in high school. I would start messing with her, saying, "Mom, don't worry about me. I'm here to do something special." I started to reiterate that as I joined the Navy and went to SEAL training, and we knew how hard and dangerous SEAL training was. I told her, "Don't worry about me. I'm here to do something special." Then when I was deploying pre-9/11, I would just tell her, "Don't worry about it." And then we went to war. I got a little bit more serious, and I would say, "Don't worry, Mom. We're not really doing much, but you can stop worrying because I'm here to do something special." And then, after it happened, I did say, "Okay, I might have been right because you can start worrying about me now because that special thing may have just happened."
Do you believe that that you will be a historic figure for what you did, and now that you've come forward and alerted the public to who you are?
I don't look that far ahead. I just know the team will be, and I want the team to be, and not just the team meaning the guys that went in from SEAL Team 6. I mean, there were people that worked a lot harder than us. There were people that were smarter than us. The pilots that flew us in there, they're part of the team. The analysts from other agencies that found him, they're part of the team. And everyone that just put forth all the effort to get those people in the right places, be able to work out of different countries and do their trade craft. I mean, the entire country was the team. And I hope that everyone involved with the effort goes and just doesn't necessarily go down in history, but is just recognized as doing something great for
all
the
right,
country.
Robert, stay where you are. We're going to come back with Robert O'Neill. One more segment. Don't go away. All right, we're back, folks, with Robert O'Neill, former Navy SEAL who shot and killed Osama bin Laden. And by the way, Robert, talk about your charity organization, Your Grateful Nation, which is yourgratefulnation.org.
Yeah, it's yourgratefulnation.org, and if you can't remember that, it's found on my website at robertjoneil.com. We've got a button there that'll take you right to the site. It's a great organization because I found myself in a position after 16 years getting out of the military, well aware that I wasn't going to get a pension because right now you need to do, a soldier needs to do 20 years to get a pension. It's a little bit of stress and it's a lot of consideration, wondering what to do for the next paycheck to keep food on the table. And because I lived through that myself, with the help of some other successful colleagues, we started yourgratefulnation.org, and what we do is provide individualized support for a transition for hopefully up to 4,000 special operators and their families. Obviously, we're working on our way up to that now, and we want to get bigger and bigger and eventually help as many as we can. But what we're doing is we're looking at the end of the day to provide careers for these people, and we're offering companies just high-quality people that do everything from they show up on time, they're dressed for success, and they might not know the job just yet, but give them a week of training and they're going to be some of the best you have. So we're doing that and helping with any kind of help for post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, stuff like that. We want to do everything we can to help these warriors transition to the private sector.
That's very admirable. Yourgratefulnation.org, folks. Check it out. Our last segment, I asked you if you thought you'd be a historic figure, and you talked about the team and everybody else involved. Did you approach anybody else on your team or anybody else involved to say, come out, so to speak, with me? Let's go public together. Did you ask anybody else to go out there with you and have your face and name made public?
No, I haven't approached anybody else, but what I have done is left my contact information intact. So if they want to, I'd encourage them to, if nothing else, just donate another artifact to the 9/11 Memorial Museum, something like that. They're obviously welcome with me, and if they wanted to, remain anonymous, but they want to help with the transition, then I'm more than happy to help any of them that were on the mission and any other
but playing devil's advocate, I mean,
the private sector.
Playing devil's advocate, I mean, there are a lot of former SEALs and former military people who are very unhappy with what you did. Do you understand where they're coming from?
I totally understand where they're coming from, and I respect their position. I respect anything that they say, and I mean, even some that have disagreed with me have told me it was the wrong thing to do, but they want me to be safe and all that stuff. I respect what they're saying. I hope that they see what we're doing is the right thing, and the reason we're doing it is to help vets transition to the private sector, and also to help with the 9/11 families. If they could see every single day the support that I'm getting from people telling me through my website and through other places, just how much better it makes them feel to know for certain that there has been, not necessarily closure, but this has helped with the healing process. I see it every single day, and it makes the risk worth it, and it makes the criticism worth it.
All right, let me ask you this. Did you see the movie Zero Dark 30?
I did.
Okay, was it accurate to a great extent?
I couldn't say for sure because I wasn't in the intelligence process, and the movie was based on.
Okay, well, let me ask you this:
gathering the intelligence and finding the high-value individual.
Well, let me ask you this, Robert. You know that there's all kinds of stories at the time, and Judicial Watch got documentation that the White House and the Pentagon, Leon Panetta, cooperated with the filmmakers involved. do you see that as wrong? I mean, if they're criticizing you for giving away secrets and being the face and telling, the government has gone after you. The White House has gone after you. The administration's gone after you. The armed services has gone after you. But here they cooperated with the makers of that film. Is that hypocritical?
Yeah, that's true. They did make a movie about it, but I mean, my position is not to sit here and justify my behavior with someone else's behavior. I have my reasons for doing it. I think those reasons are just. I think with respect to the White House and the Pentagon, I've respected their position. And I mean, if people didn't, I mean, what I've said so far is I have a small part in a great mission, and I wanted people to realize humanize the SEALs that are going through there. So, if it was classified that Navy SEALs get on helicopters and go in houses and walk upstairs and occasionally shoot people, if someone thinks that's classified,
all right, but Robert, no, I understand. But let me just ask you: do you believe that the White House cooperation in that movie makes them hypocritical in criticizing you?
No, I don't think it does, because I think if the story needs to be told, I think, because it was leaked that it was us that did it soon after the mission.
Right.
And I kind of agree with that, because it tells the bad guys and everyone else around the world that we can do this.
Okay. Robert,
and I don't think it's hypocritical.
I thank you so much. Stay where you are. Don't go away. Robert O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen, and yourgratefulnation.org. We're coming back.